Alright, I'm going to narrate a small video I made where I tried to limit how much starting mana I had by spending all the skill points into a gem I don't use. Really, so I have a low amount of skill points I'm spending and a low amount of mana to start with because of that. And I went ahead and doing Haunting difficulty and maxing everything but Hatred and Mana Lock. Gonna not do any gem weaving with the Gem Combiner program, just gonna build them all really simple and flat like to show what you might do if you're kind of a noob. And just follow those steps. Throw it in a tower, and I'm gonna have a lot more starting mana because of like my talismans. I didn't take those all out at the time, and the mana regen of my high wizard level is going to be there. I can't reduce that, so everything I do here is going to be really quick. It'll be slower in your end or wizard level 200 or whatever, but all the steps are the same generally. The same steps I follow when I was low level. So I've got a mana gem and a trap surrounded by mana amps, mana orange gems and amps, and I cast Bolt on it so it ignores armor. Helps kill everything a lot easier. I still haven't empowered anything yet. I'm just farming some mana with this little setup. And now I'm going to build a slow so that when I build my kill area, everything is going slowly over the mana trap. Right now everything's still dying in one shot on it, but eventually they'll be cruising along slowly and then getting ticked for lots of mana every time they get hit many times per second by it. So now I've got my yellow crit gems and amplifiers, and I'm going to make a kill gem really simply like I did the mana gem, except instead of orange it'll be yellow, but the same basic setup. Throw it in there, throw a bolt on it so that it ignores armor, and then I'll eventually throw a barrage on the mana amp or mana gem so that it has 30% increased specials. And I don't want it ignoring armor because I don't want it killing anything. I want everything to walk across that to this point and then die at the kill gem so that it can stack the Bloodbound on its own. Bloodbound buff for the black gems. Now I'm going to be in powering wave, so as you can see I paused there, you might want to rewind it a sec, but I was calculating my damage. It was the top end damage times the crit multiplier, and I wanted to make sure that if I'm powering waves that nothing goes over that. I went ahead and went over it a bit with giants. You'll see they don't die in one shot. That's bad. But it shows that you can still kill things even if it's a ways over your max damage by all the amount of ticks, but when you have thousands of monsters on screen, you need to kill everything in one shot. So I went ahead and throw a slow in front of the kill gem there. And you want to be in powering waves just under the amount that you can one-shot so that your mana gem isn't killing anything. And everything is running smoothly as I described in my previous guide. Once you got that set up, both slows are working properly, mana gem's not killing anything, your kill gem is killing everything in one shot very efficiently. You're going to build a tower gem, you're going to duplicate your kill gem, just toss it in the tower. And at this low level, you can't really lag the tower gem damage behind such that to have an AoE over the whole screen to kill beacons that spawn anywhere and not kill mobs, because you don't want your tower gem killing mobs, you just want it killing those beacons that pop out. The mobs will be heavily empowered and too weak to be killed. But at this point, as I'm empowering things, you'll see a few shadows come out, and I use the tower gem to kill them because traps can't. And I have to increase the AoE and then shrink the AoE because I want to kill the shadow, but I don't want to kill any mobs, so I shrink the AoE back down once the shadow's dead. Once your kill gem is in the high 20s, you can have a mid to high teen tower gem in grade level, and it'll cover most of the map. And you can just keep it open at that point. When it's that far behind a kill gem, it's not going to kill anything if you're empowering up to the power of your kill gem on the waves, the hit point levels. And then it's even easier once you get into like the kill gems, like the low 30s, and tower gems in the mid 20s. You're still lag behind that you're not going to kill any mobs on screen, but your AoE will cover the whole screen. It's low maintenance at that point, and you just kind of keep that balance between the tower gem lagging behind just enough to be able to kill the ghosts and the beacons that spawn, but not kill the mobs. Kill gem kills the mobs, and the mana gem just farms them all. And a little bit ago I was also freezing mobs on top of the mana trap. That's a good way to kind of, if you really need a quick boost of mana, and you're empowering waves, and there's hundreds or even thousands of monsters on screen, and you freeze them all on top of your mana trap, it's going to generate a lot. And then if you once those just barely come in frozen, and you use your second freeze charge to get even more mobs on top of there, and that's a really good boost, a little good trick to use there. And at the very end of the video here, I went ahead and put a slow trap after the kill gem, because every once in a while shit hits the fan and things get through. Especially if you're doing the freeze technique I just described and you've got 2, 3, 4,000 mobs on screen, you do that, it builds them all up into a giant ball. And sometimes your kill gem, the hits per second is capped at a certain point, and if you've got enough swarmlings and multiple thousands of mobs bunched up from freezing, some of them will break through and they'll die on their way back, as long as you have a slow trap on the other end of the kill gem, so that when they grab your orbs and come back around, they're going to hit that slow and they're going to die for sure on trying to make their way back through. But again, everything progressed quicker for me. It might take you quite a few more waves until you get the prime set up that you're just concurrently leveling everything, just hitting the U button to upgrade everything, not worrying about the more complicated stuff like combines and all that jazz. And you'll make it pretty far. You get a lot of wizard levels. It was just quicker for me because I have that mana regen, and I just wanted to, as an example, show the process of building up, as I referred to in my previous guide, building up to all the things I explained in that one. And this is the path I took when I was a bit of a noob. I think I finally did enough research and got my first good run in the mid to high 300 wizard level area. And then once I kind of used this method from stuff I got from better people like Bilbo and other authors on some of the Steam guides, pieced everything together and got my first good run. But I noticed a lot of YouTube videos are really long-winded, and the guys are playing while they're trying to explain, so there's a lot of stuttering and pausing, and I just want them to spit all the information out so that I can absorb it. So this tiny guide, in complement to the bigger guide I wrote, in combination is less than 30 minutes, which in comparison to other guides is actually pretty short considering the information I provide. I'm hoping this catches the sort of people that really enjoy the game, want to break into mid-game, which would be like wizard level 1000 plus, but just are a bit overwhelmed by all the min-max and all the terminology and all the depth that the game has. So hopefully these two guides help a lot. Thanks.